So where's the controversy here? That people are being paid? That the Democrats are finally getting their shit together and trying to, in some way, imitate what the right wing has done with the media landscape? So yesterday, an article was posted in Wired magazine online by Taylor Lorenz. And I've been asked about this. I got text this, I got emailed this. People were calling about this, asking if I'm involved in this chorus program, this chorus outfit of Democratic creators. And let me just say, I'm not. I didn't apply to be involved. I wasn't invited to be involved. I have nothing to do with it. But that's not to say that I have a problem with what they're doing at all. In fact, I'm a little perplexed at why the controversy there, why there's any controversy at all over this article. Let me say this first and foremost, for those of you who have questions and were wondering about if I'm involved and if I'm controlled or if I'm influenced by the $8,000 a month that is being paid to some creators in this program. I'm not influenced by anything other than how I think about things. I don't get told what to say. I don't get pressured to say things. I am probably a problem for many leaders in the Democratic Party because I'm ungovernable. Because I don't owe anybody anything. I owe you the platform that I have. I owe no one. I never had any association with the Young fucking Turks. I've never done any of that. I've been just a one-man band for years and years and years and years, and I owe it to you. But let's get to this. In a moment where we have masked secret police kidnapping people off the streets of the United States, in a moment where we have the military invading and occupying cities, in a moment where they're canceling vaccines in America, why is this article important? In a moment where Donald Trump is openly, publicly discussing the rigging of the midterm elections and the general elections, why is this important? And if you don't know, let me give you the headline and read a couple paragraphs, and then let's talk about this. This is from Taylor Lorenz, someone who strikes me as more of an influencer. She comports herself like an influencer. She behaves like an influencer. She yaps like an influencer. She didn't come across like a journalist. So again, I don't know her. Maybe I'm wrong about her. Correct me in the comments if I am. Here's from Wired. A dark money group is secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers. An initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers up to $8,000 a month to push the party line. All they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. Pretty salacious, right? You would think, well, there's something really nefarious going on. Here are the first two paragraphs. I would recommend you go read the entire article to get the flavor for what I'm talking about. If you're unsure and you want to test my opinions against what yours are, after you read it, sure, do that for sure. In a private group chat in June, dozens of Democratic political influencers discussed whether to take advantage of an enticing opportunity. They were being offered $8,000 per month to take part in a secretive program aimed at bolstering Democratic messaging on the internet. But the contract sent to them from Chorus, the nonprofit arm of a liberal influencer marketing platform, came with some strings. Among other issues, it mandated extensive secrecy about disclosing their payments and had restrictions on what sort of political content their creators could produce. So where's the controversy here? That people are being paid to make content? Is the controversy that the Democrats are finally getting their shit together and trying to, in some way, imitate what the right wing has done with the media landscape? After all of the consternation after the Democratic National Convention and then after the loss of Kamala Harris that she faced in November, and all of the clamoring for needing a cohesive joining of a left-wing ecosystem in media, you would think this would be a welcome thing. This kind of smacks as a hit piece to me. I mean, maybe Taylor Lorenz has beef with Brian Tyler Cohen, who is associated with or founded or has some organizational control over this chorus group. I don't know. I know Brian a little bit. We're friendly a little bit. Not a nefarious character. I certainly know David Pakman, who's involved. Certainly not a nefarious character. So where's the controversy? In a moment where we have secret police in the streets, masked, anonymous secret police kidnapping Americans, disappearing immigrants from the streets of America and sending them to countries, continents they've never been to, this is the controversy? Where's the problem? I don't get, and I'm not a part. I'm not funded. I'm not making $8,000 a month from these people. I mean, if you want to help support this work, become a channel member for $2 a month. Maybe we can get it to $8,000 a month. If you want to support independent media that has nothing to do with this and give me a little stipend, you go to my Patreon, patreon.com/idoubtapodcast. Where's the controversy? Somebody explain it to me. Because this is exactly what we need in this moment to combat through messaging, through media, through content. We need more voices, not fewer. We don't need bomb throwers like Taylor Lorenz to give aid and comfort to fascists, which is what is happening here. If your criticism of the Democratic Party is that they're finally getting their shit together, maybe it's time to analyze which side you're on, Taylor Lorenz. Because this isn't journalism. I don't know what this is. You seem far more at home on the TikTok than you do in traditional journalism. Maybe turn your pen or your writing toward the streets of America where people are being kidnapped and disappeared and sent to illegal concentration camps in the swamps of Florida. Maybe that. Maybe, just maybe do that. Because I can tell you, I welcome this. I'm not a part of this. I'm not paid by this, again. But I welcome this. Good for these creators who are messaging with positive messages, which are covering the fascism that is in the streets of America right now, who are talking about the plans to cancel the election in 2026 and 2028. Because let me tell you, Taylor, when all of us are gone and we've been silenced by the fascists, do you think you're going to be treated well? Or are you just going to be the next target? I think that obvious answer is something you should think about. You should briefly give analysis to that which is self-evident, sister. Anyway, I didn't intend for this to be a message to Taylor Lorenz, who probably has no idea who the f*** I am, but you know, that's okay too. Anyway, hey, good for you, Brian and David and all the others that were mentioned in this article who are a part of this. Good for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Ignore the allies of fascists. And let me tell you, if you're giving aid and comfort, if you're creating distractions from what is taking place on the streets of America right now, you are an ally of Donald Trump. And we don't have any time or space for that. What do you think? Tell me where I'm wrong. Go read this article. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, please, if you're interested in supporting independent media, you can do so right here by becoming a channel member on the YouTube. Click the join button below this video on YouTube, or you can go over to patreon.com/idoubtitpodcast. I'd love have your support right here. Anyway, I will see you next time. I wait for your comments. Be genuine and take care of one another.